welcome you all to the commencement ceremony for the 2014 class of Bridgeport High School. These last 4 years of school have been long and hard at many times, but they have been well worth it. As we gather here today to celebrate the end of our high school career, I want to remember this is only the beginning of our lives. I want each and every single one of us to take opportunities and skills that have been given to you by these great people here before us today and turn them into something truly wonderful. Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce Mr. Jaime Gonzalez for an opening prayer.
I am going to offer my English and Spanish prayer. May you all bow your heads in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us this opportunity to be here today and share this blessing moment together. Bless those who are here and those who could not make it. Let us rejoice about our accomplishment that we are about to receive. Keep loving us, God, and keep helping us on this journey we are taking. Dios, gracias por darnos esta oportunidad para estar aquí y celebrar este momento juntos. Bendicen las personas que están aquí y esos que no están. Fíjense a celebrar el logro que vamos a recibir. Sigue dándonos amor, Dios, y ayudándonos en este camino que vamos a ir.
This year we have 2 individuals who earned the distinction of being valedictorian. Would you join me in welcoming the first valedictorian in the class of 2014, Mr. Brandon Nielsen.
Hey everyone. My classmates know, and maybe a few new community members out there, I'm not a very formal, big words kind of guy. I like my small words and simple terms. But I'm here to tell you about my class, we, the seniors of 2014. As there has been several great classes before us walk through those doors with signed diplomas, and there will be a numerous amount of great classes to follow in our steps. But I hope everyone out there this afternoon will remember at least one of my classmates, we class of 2014, for his or her great personality. Or Carter, I'm sure we will all remember Jesse Ray, for his humorous personality that always brought smiles to our day. Or Ramiro, for being able to go from wondering if he will ever make it past the first semester of freshman year to personally maturing the most, where I have no doubt in my mind he will succeed in life. Or Tanika and Jared, who had a job all through high school, working every night to earn money to be self-sufficient. Or to Jax, who could have a bad hair day and still pull it off. Or Jacob, who, I can say this myself, because I'm the tech-savvy person in our class. I would take all my technology problems to him and he'd fix them all. Or Brian, for whenever we wanted to learn the correct way to shop. Or to Wes, would you please stand up? Wes is going to represent the great people of Bridgeport, fiercely defend our country's Marine Corps infantry division. I believe he deserves a round of applause. And lastly, my main friend, my main posse, Brianne, for her uncanny ability to put up with us every day, still loves at the end of it. Or Sam, for being able to quietly listen to me rant, and then calmly agree with me as after the storm has passed, that I'm not ranting, but have a valid point. Or Brooke, for her ability to always see the best in me and everyone else in our class, never putting anyone down. Or to Caleb, for teaching us how to be stress-free and just winging it at the end. Just in time, but always be a true friend after it all. Lastly, Layton, for his ability to personally put up with me every day without ever losing his cool, always being a best friend, starting it all over again the very next day. And now, all of us were not born like you are today. I mean, sure, there are certain traits like a bell holder or politics that are going to be passed on through genetics. But mostly, it has been all the great teachers and other great role models here at Bridgeport High that have guided us along our journey. From Mr. Millett, for teaching us that we can have a city on the moon. Or Mrs. Heflin, for teaching us how to run our own city and how to hold jobs. Or Mrs. Kisner, for teaching us it is okay to have feelings, even if it is a few bloodhounds. To Mrs. Stevens, to not ask where her skeleton truly came from. To Mrs. Nine, teaching us how to excel in reading and fill out the grammar books properly. To Mr. and Andrew, for teaching us how to have some real liquid nitrogen fun in science. To Mrs. Randall, to not let her hear you get your dog in the track, or else go out to run more. To Mr. McGrath, how to professionally grow a beard. To Mrs. Jones, for teaching us stuff we thought we would never need, but soon found out we needed it, every bit of it, for Mr. Jones' dreaded physical science class. To Mr. Jones, to encouraging us to always be a successful person in life and make something of ourselves, whatever your calling may be. To Mrs. Schmunk, to always be cheerful about math. To Mr. Janicet, teaching us how to be a man, build something with our hands. But realizing that the ladies are still going to have a better project than you, just accept it at an early age. To Mr. Steer, who reminds us to know the true worth of ourselves and to never settle until we have reached all of our greatness. To Mrs. Conkle, as I still call her Miss Knight, to always have a smile and say hello. To Mrs. Dosey, who taught us that we could truly write anything. We just needed to learn a few tricks and we could fly from there. To Mr. Jensen, who showed us that we all have a little bit of musical culture in us, but that we need just, and a lot we learn if you listen. To Mr. Moss, who illustrated you can do anything with technology, but first, just have to task someone first how to do it. Mr. Robinson, he taught us that sportsmanship and personal demeanor show a lot about yourself and of your school and your community. To Mary, who showed us that always find someone just to talk to because they can help any stressful day. Coach Johnson taught us how to always be proud of the little things. Never say no or I can't, but that I can always do more than I think. To Coach Dean, who let us know that it is in us personally to come together as a team, and together we can strive for anything, as brothers. Coach Rose taught us to believe it is okay to show your emotion and cheer on the sideline or court, and to always love PE sports. Coach Gray for teaching us that the key to life is to live a healthy, fit lifestyle even after close to 40 years of teaching. To always memorize and keep up with history, government, and economics. Miss Boyd and Miss Brown, who taught by example how to get up early and give back to the future generation. It is a combination of all these teachers, coaches, and mentors who have guided and molded us, my classmates, into who we are today. It is great people like these who have invested in us so we can be all that we can be. It is also very important that we don't forget our parents who have the greatest impact in guiding who we are today. Before I move on, for any younger classmen out there, talk to me afterwards with the checkbooks ready. My favorite teacher out there I have a signed hall pass. Mrs. Ryan. Before I leave you today, I want to leave my class and all future graduates out there with a bit of advice. I want to tell each of you that all the time, commitment, and advice everyone we have met along our long roads have invested into us for a reason, and we should not let it go to waste. Walk out these doors and have a plan for your life. Whether it be get a job, be a productive assistant with a loving family, or to go to college, to use your degree to start life and family. One thing I've learned in the short time of being a state FFA officer is to own who you are and be proud of it. Own it. Always remember where you come from, who you have encountered along the way, because they each have a part of what you are today. Have self-confidence and believe in yourself to achieve. My last words be humble in all you achieve, but use your ego to achieve life, and to go and be productive citizens. Thank you.
It is now my privilege to welcome the second valedictorian in the class of 2014, Miss Miriam Ramirez.
I want to start off with the physics lesson. And I know that for some of you, this already sounds like the worst speech you'll ever hear. But bear with me, it isn't long. The most unbelievable thing that science has taught me is the law of universal gravitation. Basically, what this law says is that any two objects in the universe are attracted to each other. We are pulled on by every star, planet, and comet in the entire universe. But what's even more bizarre is that every one of us pulls every celestial body in the universe towards us. I think the same can be said for human beings. Every one of us, no matter how quiet or how small, affects every other person on the planet. Our actions greatly impact the lives of few and hardly impact the lives of billions. However, they are impacting nonetheless. It is a powerful force, just like gravity. However, unlike gravity, we have the power to control the force of our impact. We can choose to be the Mahatma Gandhis, the Mother Teresas, or the Martin Luther King Jr.'s of the world. Or we can choose not to be it. These past 13 years have been a long and gratifying journey. I've made friends and lost friends along the way, and I have learned an infinite amount of things from my family, my classmates, my teachers, and the members of this community. From my family, I learned the importance of kindness, love, and respect. My classmates taught me about acceptance through the qualities of their diversity. My teachers provided me with substantial knowledge, not only about math and science and English, but also cooperation and work ethic. And finally, this entire community has shaped my value of appreciation. It is incredible living in a community where your accomplishments and acts of kindness are observed and respected. I would like to thank everyone present for playing a role in the lives of my classmates and myself. My classmates and I have finished the first two chapters of our lives, and it's time for a change in the storyline. I want my class of 2014 to know that this is the perfect time to edit our lives. And it doesn't matter who you were yesterday. It doesn't matter if we're too short to be professional basketball players, or that our talents make an entrance late in our high school careers, or even that we want to be scientists without perfect scores on our science tests. What does matter is the passion with which we play, the precise which we apply our talents and the magnitude of our dedication. Some of us might decide to be the great heroes of history and humanity. Others of us might become the leaders of our homes. However, we must all become our own heroes. It is not enough to be admired by those around us. We must also learn to admire ourselves. The greatest thing about success is that only we can decide what it means. We may be praised for making a difference or condemned for not striving to be world-changing individuals, but it isn't up to anyone else to decide who we are. It's up to us. Success is measured differently for every person. Some of us don't want to change the world, and that's okay, but we do have the power to do it. We can be whoever it is we want to be, yet we must remember that although our choices are purely ours to make, the consequences of our actions will echo through our past, present, and future communities. In some way, somehow, they will impact all of humanity. Our internal and external successes will help us achieve our goals. And if we stumble along the way, we are the ones who will get up, dust off our knees, and keep moving forward. God only knows what the end of our biographies will look like. But we are the writers of our present. It is important that we express gratitude to the people who have extended their hands to us. We have the power to impact the entire planet, but we can choose not to. Our success does not rely on it. Due to gravity, we are drawn to every star in the entire universe, and every star in the universe is drawn to us. It's time for us to turn the final page of this chapter and begin creating our own gravity.
Today's guest speaker is Mr. Kurt Feldholter. Kurt graduated from Bridgeport High School in 2004. He graduated from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln with a bachelor's degree in advertising, and he has earned a law degree from Baylor University. He is the oldest son of 4 children, with his youngest sister, Kristen, graduated today. While in college, Kurt worked as a page in the Nebraska legislature and interned for Congressman Adrian Smith. Kurt currently serves as Bridgeport's city administrator. Will you join me in welcoming Mr. Kurt Feldholter.
Good afternoon. There's a few more people than I was expecting today, so it's good to be here. Welcome, graduates, family members, friends. Mrs. Jones told me that I've had 3 minutes to do this, so if she comes at me, give me a sign, all right? Mr. Ashton read my biography, but I just wanted to make it clear who I am. Kristen, if you can raise your hand. Yep. I am not her father, contrary to popular belief. I've heard that a few times. I just want to put that in front of her older brother, just so you all are aware. When Kristen found out that I was going to be giving her this speaking today, she looked at me and said, "Why is he doing that? What has he done with his life?" And that's a good point. So, I'm just going to tell a story today. Graduates, I'd like to take you back to a great period in our history. I'd like you to go back to 1984. President Reagan was our president, the greatest president of my lifetime. And Star Wars, Return of the Jedi had just come out in the movie theater. And you would pay $2.50 to see that at the movie theater. Kids were watching Cabbage Patch Kids. And and they were able to watch the 18 Dynasty in Dallas. And I don't think any of you have any idea what those TV shows are. No, 97. And gas cost $1.10 a gallon, so it really was a good time to be alive. This was also an important year for our state. In January of that year, the Nebraska Cornhusker football team faced the University of Miami in the Orange Bowl. The Hurricanes were coached by Herman Schellenberger, a man who arrived at the game in a helicopter. It was a young upstart team, and they lost their first game of the year to Florida, 28-3. But that Miami team had a lot of spunk. They went ahead and won their next 10 games and earned themselves a spot in the Orange Bowl. Nebraska, on the other hand, was an offensive powerhouse that year. They were coached, of course, by Tom Osborne. Enough said about him. He is a legend in his own right. Osborne arrived at that game not in a helicopter, but in a Volkswagen bus. The Huskers quarterback that year was an All-American named Turner Gill. He was a Heisman Trophy finalist, and he only lost the Heisman Trophy to another teammate of his, a man by the name of Mike Rozier. The team was stacked offensively that year. They regularly scored 52 points at each game that they played, and they usually racked up around 401 yards in their rushing attack. They were a powerhouse, they were ranked #1, and they were going in the Orange Bowl for a perfect season and a national championship. Those were the teams that came into that Florida Stadium that day. It was a balmy day, about 66 degrees, much warmer than it is in Lincoln and in Nebraska at that time. And the stadium was filled with 75,000 people. 75,000, most of those 75,000 were rabid fans of the University of Miami. The Hurricanes jumped out to a lead, 17-0. But the Huskers did not close. They did not fold. They battled back, and at halftime, the score was 17-14. The game went back and forth, until finally, in the last 2 minutes of the game, the score was 31-24, Miami. 2 minutes to go, and the Huskers had one last drive. It was do or die. This was the place where a national championship team would be made, and the Heisman Trophy winner was out on a long ankle. 3 plays went nowhere. Nebraska was sent for a 4th and 8 from the Miami 24-yard line. An option play was called, and Gill, the quarterback, ran to the right. And just before a Miami player was about to hit him, Gill flipped the ball to the reserve I-back and touchdown. Nebraska was up, they scored again, and it was 31-30, and a choice had to be made. Would Nebraska go for 2 and the win, or would they go for the tie and kick a point? Now you may think it's easy, because the college football game y'all are used to, the ones that play or the video games. It's easy, you're going to go for the extra point and fight it out overtime, right? Right? Yeah, that's what you do. Well, at the college level at that time, there was no overtime. So the game would be decided with the decision that Coach Osborne would make. Based on the game that occurred early in the day, Nebraska could have kicked an extra point, and they did very well and have won a national title. But the fate in the future was not certain if the Huskers followed that path. The decision was immediate, and the decision was certain from the Husker sideline. Nebraska was going for 2. The call came in, the ball went to the quarterback, and Gill passed the ball to the reserve I-back. The ball went through the I-back's fingers, hit his chest plate, and fell to the ground. Nebraska had lost, and they had lost their national championship. The Huskers pushed off the field as Miami gloriously came onto it to celebrate. Kind of a bummer, isn't it? But not quite. When asked about the decision, Coach Osborne said, "If you were trying to win the game, I don't think you go in that case, we tried to win the game. We wanted an undefeated season and a clear-cut national championship. It was a decision that would go down in the history books for its guts and its grit. In the words of one Omaha sports writer, Osborne became, in this defeat, a larger-than-life legend. What Coach Osborne was doing was refusing to settle. He could have gone for the tie, but his love for the game, his love for his team, and his respect for his opponents demanded that he go for two and win. Graduates, today you are beginning a new chapter in your game. You're beginning a new chapter in your life. Many of you will be leaving the comforts of home, the comforts of Bridgeport and high school. You'll be going to places where family and familiarity are foreign. You will be into a brave new part of your life. And during that time, you will face decisions that you have to make. You will face decisions that will change the course of your life. And I have a challenge for you today. When you come to those decisions, you will have the opportunity to either go for two and win, or you can tie the game. I challenge you to go for two. You may win some games by going for two, and you may very well lose some games by going for two. But as Coach Osborne did, by going for two on that day, you will become larger in life. You'll become legendary in your own games of life. That is a challenge for you today. That is an opportunity for your future. Good luck, and God bless.
At this time, the seniors will present flowers to their parents and other special individuals in their lives. Following the presentation, please enjoy the slideshow with the graduates and their families. Secondary principal of Bridgeport Public Schools, I certify that all the following students have met the requirements of graduation set forth by the policies of Bridgeport Public Schools and the state of Nebraska. Diplomas will now be presented to the class of 2014 by the Board of Education members, Mrs. Linda Norman and Mr. Scott Wenders. So that family members may hear their senior's name, we ask that you hold your applause until the end of the presentation of diplomas. Thank you. Jesse Ray Aguilar. Josie Jean Carrillo. Wesley D. Christensen. Desiree Faith Poliano. Caleb Skyler DeCora. Yamale Serrano. Jacob Ryan Fedorchak. Kristen Renee Bell. Brianne Charlotte Franklin. Clayton Lee Freeze. Yvette Jocelyn Garcia. Jaime Gonzalez. Samantha Lee Adams. Ashley Gray Hall. Marquis Augusta Collins. Alicia Lopez. Maricela Lopez. Romero Martinez. Brian Eugene McGahee. Kimberly Ann Mueller. Jazariah Jerry Myers. Brandon Dale Nichols. Ada Guadalupe Villegas. Angela Marie Post. Miriam Rosario Ramirez. Fatima Denise Sandoval. Tamika Ann Sierra. Brooke Jean Schneider. Dylan Curtis Schaefer. Jessica Marie Six. Mel Louise Stewart. Ashley Danielle Swartman. Dakota Owen Swire. Jeremy Roger Torres. Tessa Elizabeth Wheeler. Will the seniors now stand? Please turn your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the graduating class of 2014. Following the recessional, the graduates will form a receiving line on front of the gymnasium. Senior class secretary, Ms. Brianne Franklin, will now offer some closing comments.
On behalf of the class of 2014, I would like to thank all of you for celebrating this special day with us. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the support, love, and encouragement of our family, friends, and mentors. I would like to wish you all the best of luck as you take the next step in your lives. Congratulations, class of 2014. We did it. It is my privilege to welcome back Mr. Jaime Gonzalez for our visiting
May you all bow your heads with me. God, you have been so gracious to us on this life-changing afternoon. Keep us focused on you, Lord, and let us achieve our dreams and goals that we are pursuing. If times ever get rough, let us not forget that you are there and you will help us get through it. You have great things in store for all of us, and we are going to spread our wings and fly to our destination in a holy works. Dios, tú eres estado gran para nosotros en este tarde hermosa. Manténganos confortados en ti, Dios, y déjanos lograr nosotros estudios y sueños. Si viene un tiempo que hace difícil, déjanos no olvidarte de ti y que sabemos que nos vas a ayudar. Vamos a extender nosotros alas y volar para nosotros el destino que tienes para nosotros. Amén.